Hi, welcome back to the City of Kings playthrough with Books of Delights. We've got some decisions to make now, because we know we need to upgrade this shrine to its phase 2, and I've realised heroes can't do that, only workers can do that, so we'll have to move this across. They'll have to do a work action and then upgrade it, but of course while this worker's here it's not collecting fish. So do I keep him here and keep collecting fish and send Brutius off getting XP? I think I do. It has to be the right thing to do. Until we get the fish, we can't do the upgrading. There are benefits obviously to doing that upgrade, so is it worth doing the upgrade sooner? It says we get a skill card. We add a skill card to the temple. Well, right, there's already 4 there. What's the 5th going to do for us at this stage? I'll tell you what though, upgrading it the second time is going to give us a skill disc that we can put on our tree. So not going to benefit much until we can get to that second level. So I think workers, let's keep them gathering fish. And Brutus's worker has collected 4 so far, so there's room to gather 2 more. Do we bring them back? I could gather. If I roll a 3, then that's 1 wasted, but that's good. That's a 2 or a 3. Yeah, it's worth it. Or do I go and move and explore? Let's move and explore. Let's see what happens. It's all part of the adventure. I'm conscious of the time. We haven't got a great deal of time, you see. Right, here's the Tower of the North Wind. And there's a creature here. And not just any old creature. There's an icon, there's 3 icons in the top left. This first one says that we can scavenge here. Scavenging lets us roll our scavenge dice. This is what the workers do. I don't really envisage my workers coming over this far. Here's a scavenge dice. You can get fish, so scavenging for fish is possible. And wood and ore. This is ore. And also on here is this icon here. This represents item parts. They behave like any other resource. You'll collect them and move them back to the old barn. One thing you can do though is discard 3 item parts to get an equipment card. Put it in the trade district. The dodgy icons though are these 2 green ones, because that's going to be 2 easy skills for the creatures that spawn here. They're getting this little bonus. For now though, let's go and grab ourselves a creature. It doesn't matter which should we take this. So let's take the Jamba. We'll take their war banner. They're going to need some health. They're up here in the tower. This is going to be a level 2 creature. And let's look at their numbers. Right, health 4. They're going to take 2 easy skills plus 2 from the tile. So we might be biting off a little bit more than we can chew here. Alright, we need to put these in numeric order, which is cool. It tells you the order they trigger. So we've got 63, 69, 73, 87. Temptation, grab, panic and tracking. It may well be. Well, I'm hoping we won't need these. Oh goodness. We're going to have to try and kill this guy, aren't we? We don't want this thing triggering. Well, that's properly tied up Brutus's turn and how I didn't want it to be, because let's see, we're going to attack next, but as you know our attack is only 2 and we've got to do that twice. The problem is, well, let's attack, so we're going to do 2 damage, right? We don't have any bonuses, we don't have any luck, which is a shame. What's good about luck is you get to roll these luck dice, and these will give you bonuses to your attack. But here's the thing, so we're doing 2 damage, which takes him from 4 to 2, but here's the bad news. He's got this ability called Reflect. Reflect 2. And this means even if we kill this Jamba, we're going to take 2 points of damage back. Every time we hit it, every time we damage it, we're going to take 2 back. And our health is only 4, so that's now down to 2. If we hit it again, our health is going to be down to 0. What will happen if I did that 2 damage and I took that 2 damage? I could kill the Jamba, sacrifice Brutus. What's going to happen then is Brutus's health is going to go down to 0. he'll get moved back and he'll respawn back at the City of Kings. His health would get pushed back up to 4, but we'd lose 1 from the morale track, 3 down to 2. So it's certainly a viable strategy to do this, but then we're a long way from home. So I might actually take that option. I could take that option, but I'd really like to show you what the creatures do when they activate. I know, there you go. So maybe I shan't do that. Maybe I'll keep working and we'll show you. Yeah, it's got some horrible abilities, so I'll show you what they do. Let's do that. Let's keep the Jamba alive. We'll keep Brutius here, and instead let's have the worker. Let's have the worker work. Okay. Our gather stat is only 1, so it's 1 dice. We're hoping for 2 fish. We got 1 fish. Okay. That's not too bad actually. We're going to need the 5 more to level up again. We need 5 more fish. We need 5 more fish. Maybe we do have time. Sashara's turn. It would be really nice to get some more experience, level up and get that extra worker out, but I'm not even sure we need it now. This is all about staying alive. So let's move our worker. We can only move Sashara once, so she can't move from unexplored to unexplored, so we can't move up here anyway. No, I don't want to kill that creature anyway, do I? I want to show you what it does. But what I might do, and the reason for moving on to this tile last time was to explore, then move and explore again. So explore, move, explore 3, and then get the worker up here. So let's do that. Let's move our worker anyway. Let's just do what we need to do. Our workers have move 2, and we'll have it move up here towards Moon Lake again. I might come back to him in a minute. You can see I'm a little bit torn about what I'm doing, but I might come back to him in a minute. It's turning out to be a little puzzle here. Do I take a risk and explore? At this stage of the game, exploring can be a risk. This is dodgy. Let's do it. Let's do it. It's your play style, okay? I don't always play to win. Sometimes I play, well, I want to win. But sometimes I play to see what happens. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. It's Old Stan's Way, a quest. Oh, that's perfect. That's what I wanted. Alright, and we draw a quest card. And we get a little fish reward, or an equipment reward. Repair the roofs. The Vardarans keep landing on the roofs, and their sharp claws are tearing them apart. We need to gather supplies and make repairs before any more damage is done. Option A, take 5 wood and 2 ore to the City of Kings, or 2 wood and 5 ore to the City of Kings. So there's an extra way to get 2 XP. And we haven't found any way to gather wood or ore, so yeah, this isn't going to be easy either, is it? Alright, for now, I think let's move attention back to our worker. What I could do is move and explore again. See, this is the good thing. Move and explore again with Sashara. Or we could move and attack, heal that Jamba. You know that's the sensible thing to do, right? And that's probably the way I'm going to win the quest. But I did want to show you how creatures activate. You see, the gamer in me does want to kill this guy. Let me see. Let's figure out what these abilities do. They've done a good job with this because there's a quick reference, and in here is a reference to all this alphabetical to all the creature abilities. Lovely and concise. All right. So what would happen is when we get to the next round, Brutus is going to do his turn, and then the first thing that would happen is resolve impairments. There's none on here. Activate creatures. Alright, so then Temptation would fire. Temptation says all workers within range of the creature move 1 map tile towards the creature. The range is 2. Alright, range 2. Within range of the creature's up here, so you have to look 2 this way, 2 this way, 2 this way. Right, those straight lines. So our creatures are 3 away. 1, 2. So Temptation wouldn't actually do anything. Next is Grab, 69. Grab says it pulls the priority target to its location. Obviously Brutus is already there on his location, but the priority target, again there's a nice concise reference. The rulebook's really cool actually. The priority target is a hero in range of the creature. In range, they're both in range. Okay, so that's cool. The hero in range with the highest maximum health. They both have the same maximum health. And then the hero in range with the highest max health who is next in turn order, starting with the current player, who is activating the creature. So it would be Brutius anyway. So grab's not going to do anything. Next up was Panic. Panic says, all heroes within range of the creature draw one position card and move to the marked spot. So these are our position cards. I've not shown you these yet. I'll just grab one from the bottom. So all heroes within range, that's both of them, right? Both of our heroes are within range. So both of our heroes are going to panic and run off. And what we would do for Brutius, if we drew this one, we would look and we'd say X is where we're standing. So you go up and then 2 to the right. Up to 2 to the right, it's not possible. So then you move to the second, which would be right and 2 down, right and 2 down. Now Panic does qualify if this movement would make them go from unexplored tile to unexplored tile. They would stop at the first unexplored tile. So they would still, Brutus would still move. He'd go across here, but instead of going down and continuing, he'd panic and stop there. And then Sashara would go 1, he can't move that way legally, couldn't move that way legally. 3 would be down and 1 to the left, so Sashara would stop here. Alright, so that's not actually a bad thing to happen. And then the final thing to happen, ability, is tracking. Tracking says that the creature would move 1 tile closer to the nearest hero. So then the Jamba would move across here, over to where Brutus is standing. And then of course the thing would attack, and with an attack of 1, this is the basic attack, and it does to the priority target, which with Brutius it would do 1 damage. And then next to this is the attack all. Okay. And this is where it looks at its range again, the range 2. And this says it does 1 damage to all heroes within 2 range. Alright, which would again just be Brutius. So Brutius is going to take 2 damage, which is enough to kill him anyway. Okay, so Brutus is done for no matter what. So now that I've gone through and explained all that stuff, I've given myself an excuse to actually go and do what I wanted to do, which was move and then attack. So Sashara has move 2, so we can move up here. Well, I know I'm wondering whether even that's right, because let's look at Sashara's stats. She's only got attack 1, still a lowly 1. Our heroes are really weak right now, so 1's not enough to take him down. It's got health 2, so we'd have to attack twice. But of course I haven't got enough actions left, so I'm going to move this worker back to the City of Kings, and I'm going to move and attack twice, which is not getting the job done. So we didn't move a worker, we moved our hero and then attack twice. Reflect is going to do damage to us twice, which means for the first hit that we do, we take 2 health damage, and then for the second hit we take another 2 damage, and Sashara's health has gone to 0. So we put it back to 4. Sashara gets hoiked back to the City of Kings, but we have explored, moved, attacked twice, got killed. We have taken that 1 morale hit after all. The good news, of course, is that this is gone. And the Jamba's gone. I've shown you what it did, so we don't need to worry about that. The next creature we see is going to be a level 3 creature. These go back to the bag. Golly. We made hard work of that exploration, didn't we? But we have got a tile we can scavenge on if we wanted to. Scavenging them, potentially getting the wood that we need, the ore that we need. But we've used a whole another turn, but we have gained 2 XP from killing that creature, which is going to put us up to level 4 and on to number 7 here. 1 more and we get another skill token, but we have got a stat upgrade. And for Sashara, I'm going to take a move, a worker move. That's gone up to 3 now. And Brutus is going to do exactly the same, worker 3. I was tempted by Gather, but I think no, we just want this guy to be able to move around now. One more stat upgrade is 4, that gives us a new worker and a 5th action token. Pretty cool, huh? Alright, that's ended the turn now. And we've gone back to midnight. And at midnight, we lose 1 hope. Alright, we got until this pointer gets all the way around again. And when it hits midnight once more, we lose the game. So this really is a race against the clock. A lot of these scenarios are only 2 hope. Okay, Brutius, what are you going to do? Well, first thing is we're going to move our worker back from Moon Lake to the City of Kings. The good news is our workers now have 3 movements, so this worker's going to make it in 1 hit and drop off those fish. That's 5 more fish, taking our stat up to 11 in the old barn. And we're going to move with the 3. We're going to move 1, 2, 3 over to the Boswich grounds, and then next time 1, 2, 3 we're going to move in here. Yeah, so next turn we're going to upgrade this shrine. Brutius on the other hand is going to move and explore. So yeah, we're still taking risks. We're still taking risks. So let's see, where should we go? What we're looking for, we haven't got a clue where this is we're looking for Sterncastle Paddock. Set up a 1 creature and defeat it. So if we set up a level 3 creature, wow. Tough, isn't it? Let's go as far away from Sashara as we can, shall we? Let's go over this way. Let's go this way. Move and explore, and it's Sterncastle Paddock. Hey, there we go. We don't want to do this yet though, do we? No, we don't have to do this right away. We don't have to, just because we've travelled here. So we're going to hold off. We're not going to do it yet. Okay, Sashara, I think we know what you're doing. First, we're moving your worker out, which has a movement of 3. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to gather with our 2 dice. Yeah, that's a bad roll. We got 1 fish and 1 attention. I think we're going to do that again. So that's 1 work. Let's work again. We really wanted to get 5 fish and then travel back with them, didn't we? Let's see what we get. 2 more fish. Hey, that's not too bad. It's not wonderful. 1, 2, 3. And there's 1 attention token on there. Remember, 4 here, another creature appears, so we've got to go steady. Alright, we've got 1 more action left. I think we're going to move. We don't want to bring those 3 fish back yet. We need 2 more. Let's move Sashara. She's just going to head up in here. Alright, let's clock over to early morning. I don't want to take any chances now. We'll move our worker. It's got movement 3. 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to work with that worker. We're going to spend 3 fish from the old barn. So we go down from 11 to 8. Grab the upgraded Temple of the Eastern Wind. House of the Eastern Wind. Phase 2. And this gets placed here. Right, we've upgraded this to phase 2. We do get the bonus, which is a skill card. All that means is we grab 1 from here and place it in the temple. So the temple's now got 5 in it. Then we're going to work again. This time we're going to gather 5 fish and upgrade the house to the 3rd phase. Old barn goes down to 3 fish. We've got 3 more to upgrade that one and we need to collect 5. We've collected 3, so we're nearly there. The good news is each of our heroes is rewarded with a skill disc. And I think what we're going to do is take the extra health, which increases our maximum health up to 5, and then your current health goes up 1 with it. And because we've placed a token here on the top lever of tier 1, we get to place another skill card in tier 2 from the temple. In particular, I'm looking to see what's at the bottom right here. Movement for your workers is good. An extra range, actually, I don't mind that for healing. But I think I'm going to take this one here. This is the one for me. Place that here. This immediately gets refreshed. Brutius gets to place his skill token. Remove one attention token, or remove one attention token. I'm going to take this, because I really like it. I think this one really helps for Brutius. Just in that final stretch, if Zishara's workers gathering from Moonlake, if he does roll too many attention tokens, at least then Brutius can do something about it. And we've got one action left. Incidentally, this phase 3 temple, what this means is when heroes leave this tile, they get a temporary boost of 3 health and 3 attack, so they could use that in this round. You don't actually increase your stat, it's just kind of a one-time thing. I'm wondering whether to move Brutius over and actually get him in a position where he can help Zishara's worker with that interact action. So I think that's what we'll do. We're going to kind of focus on our quest at this point. Move Brutius with his 2 move back over to this shrine. Zishara now is going to gather with her worker. And we're looking for those, 2 more fish. Right, let's gather. 1 fish and 1 attention. And then we'll gather again. I need 1 more fish. Oh, and I've got 3. I can only carry 2 more. That's a beautiful thing. Right, so that was my second work. Move back. I kind of think we've got this nailed now. 1, 2, 3. Dump the fish off. We've got 6 of them. Which means we're now up to 9. And then move our worker once more. So from the city, where do we need to get to? This temple. So 1, 2, 3. That'll do. That'll do. I think we've pretty much done it, guys, because all we're going to do now is take our next turn. In fact, Brutius's workers can move twice. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then work twice to upgrade this twice with 3 fish and then 5 fish, 8 fish. And then when we move to the next story phase, we've completed our quest. Build the House of the Eastern Wind and the Shrine of the Hidden Sun to phase 3. That's it, we've completed the scenario. And well, we faced 2 creatures. It's an interesting scenario because it's all about your workers just gathering resources and moving back and forth, but you do have to take a few chances. So there is a little bit of luck involved in this scenario. And we have plenty of time left as it goes at the end. It could have easily got a couple more tokens here, thrown up another creature. A level 3 creature's got 8 health, 2 green. It's got a self-heal. It heals itself once every turn. And yeah, I found that you're quite constrained as well in terms of development of your characters and going on quests when you've got that limit of time. I think I'd certainly try and do things a little bit differently next time. But I think it's an interesting scenario. It gives you a different, a different feel for the game where actually workers mean a lot more in what they're doing. I think the stories, I prefer the story. There's quite a little bit of setup involved, and with the story, at least you've got a series of objectives that make the game last longer, because you're going to get to, although your hope's only 2. With the story modes, things push the hope back up again, so the game kind of carries on and moves on. And with longer game, you've also got more time to develop your heroes, and then maybe in this quest your heroes are more kind of supporting your workers, whereas in other scenarios and stories your workers are supporting your heroes. And obviously with different player counts, it's going to be different too. So, and in this particular quest, it doesn't scale up hugely. You lose a little bit of time, but you've got all those extra workers. So maybe this one doesn't scale as well. And obviously it depends on your play style as well. If I wanted to try and, if just to play out the story and explore a bit more. But I think it's a great little scenario to get into. It's one of the simpler ones, difficulty normal. There's much harder scenarios that will uncover a wealth of this game. You know, you've got different bosses, and when you get into bosses, I mean, these are like, this one is just a boss level 1, 25 health, 3 XP given, heals twice. This one's got 2 shields, so it's going to soak up lots of damage. Spoiler alert, if we go down to boss 7, then, you know, this is a 50 health creature, range 9, heals itself 8 every turn. Alright, and it only gives you 5 XP. But you can see the creatures are going to scale up really, really fast as well. This is the highest level creature with lots of different skills. We're only dragging from the easy bag. You know, this is the stack of story and scenario cards. I mean, look at all this is just the scenarios, right? I picked one of the simpler ones. You can see that most of them are Hope. In fact, are they all Hope 2? I think they're all Hope 2. And the stories are huge. I mean, I would recommend, if you want to see some more before you decide whether this game's for you, go and check out One Stop Co-op Shop. Colin's doing did a run through of Story 1, and it shows you how that differs from these scenarios. The scenario is kind of like a quick dip in and dive, and just to give you a challenge of developing a strategy to win that scenario, whereas the story is very much, go with the flow of these little series of small objectives. That's City of Kings. I hope you've enjoyed this demonstration of how the game plays. I really like it. I'm keen to get stuck into these stories some more and play my next game. Once you've got it set up, you wanna set up some more and play again. So it's a winner for me. I hope you enjoyed the show. Thanks for watching. See you next time.